Felix Hughes, distraught in a hotel room, spies on someone with binoculars before breaking into tears on the bed. As he muffles his sobs with a pillow, he discovers an adult magazine and tissues tucked behind it. Moments later, the hotel manager, Eric Muller, enters the room. Hearing sounds of distress, the neighbors alerted Eric Muller, who arrived to check on Felix. Eric inspected the room, checking the expiration dates on biscuits and other items before spotting the adult magazine. He sternly warns Felix against bringing women into the room for pleasure activities. Felix settles into the room as a woman named Iris arrives. She urges him to get started, reminding him he's paying by the hour. Felix begins sharing about his life. He's a data entry manager, has been with his partner Brenda for 6 years, and they have a 3-year-old son named Dylan. 18 months ago, Brenda returned to work at a PR firm. Felix now suspects she's having an affair, citing her frequent travel and secretive behavior. He reveals she's meeting a client across the street. Iris reminds him that lip reading, his apparent method of spying, isn't 100% reliable. Iris explains that lip reading accuracy depends on factors like position, neck movements, and head angles. She instructs Felix to take notes while she reads lips. Observing through binoculars, she spots 2 men in dark suits followed by a woman. Iris describes the woman, and Felix confirms it's his wife, Brenda. The men in suits leave and a new man enters, Dmitri Novak, a 6'1" slim man with olive skin and thick hair. Felix recognizes him as the man he suspects his wife is having an affair with. Iris, seemingly smitten by Dmitri, reveals that Brenda is asking him if he wants the blinds closed. Brenda suggests they do something in the dark, leaving it unclear whether she means to look at it or suck on it. Dmitri, taking off his jacket, nonchalantly replies that he doesn't mind either way. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door. Felix, recalling the manager's warning about women in the room, hurriedly tells Iris to hide in the wardrobe. Iris opts to hide in the bathroom instead of the wardrobe. The hotel manager, Eric, arrives with the breakfast menu and starts inspecting the room for any women. He checks the bathroom, but the door is locked, so he uses the master key to open it. Iris, hiding behind the door, swiftly sneaks out as Eric enters. Eric informs Felix that there will be a fire drill at 3:15, and all guests must be accounted for in the parking area. After he leaves, Iris resumes spying on Felix's wife. She tells him she's currently single but would like to meet someone in the future. Iris observes that Brenda has her back to them, while Dmitri asks her about a schedule. Dmitri grows agitated, but Brenda attempts to calm him down. Iris comments that their relationship seems very close. She then notes Brenda grabbing her phone, trying to call someone named Max. Felix tells Iris that Brenda doesn't know anyone named Max. Suddenly, his phone rings. It's Brenda. She reminds him about the weekend and asks him to pick up their son Dylan. Felix, unwilling to discuss it, brushes her off. Brenda then tells him she doesn't want to see him anymore, and that it's over between them. Brenda informs Felix that she has filed for a restraining order. He begs her to reconsider, but she hangs up. Iris observes that Dmitri is getting closer to Brenda. In a fit of frustration, Felix grabs the binoculars from her and smashes them against the wall. Iris then realizes that Brenda wasn't calling Max, but rather, my ex. Iris prepares to leave and Felix apologizes to her. She asks how long they've been divorced, and Felix confesses they were never actually married. They separated about 8 months ago, and he fell into a deep depression. He explains that someone on an online website, Dad Chat, suggested he find out if Brenda was seeing someone else. If she isn't seeing someone else, then he might still have a chance with her. As Felix listens to Iris's advice to move on, they are on the verge of kissing when there's a knock on the door. It's Eric, who informs Felix about complaints regarding loud noises and items knocking. He tells him to keep the volume down. While inside, Eric notices Iris's phone go off and spots a pen drive with Felix's initials in her purse, raising suspicion. Eric checks the pen drive on his laptop and discovers that Iris has been spying on him. Meanwhile, Iris resumes spying on Brenda and Dmitri, telling Felix that they're looking at something on a laptop. Dmitri comments that this has been 3 years in the making. Felix shows Iris the spy footage on his laptop, revealing the extent of her spying. Iris, avoiding the confrontation, opens the window and runs to grab a drink. Felix urges her to be honest with him. She finally admits that the security around Dmitri has been increased due to his campaigns. His team became concerned about Felix's erratic behavior. Iris reveals that she was hired to ensure Felix wasn't an active threat. While spying on him, she realized she understood him better than Brenda ever did, and she wanted to reach out to him. She confesses that she was the one he had been talking to on Dad Chat. As she gathers her things to leave, she tells Felix that she doesn't believe Brenda and Dmitri are having an affair. Felix stops Iris as she's about to leave, and they kiss. Suddenly, a gunshot rings out from outside. Felix looks through the open window and sees Dmitri has been shot. Iris throws him a hairdresser and says to someone, "Now." In a swift turn, Felix is shot in the head. Iris opens the door, and a man enters, replacing the hairdresser with a gun. Medics arrive and take Felix's body away as the room is cleaned. The episode concludes with a news announcement stating that Felix had been acting alone, driven by a personal agenda, and that the government had no involvement in the assassination of Dmitri Novak, a prominent anti-government campaigner, whose work was poised to send shockwaves throughout Westminster. Please like and subscribe the channel for more videos like these.